Good evening, welcome to another one. Today's show will be dedicated to Jaden Smith. Today is Friday, April the 10th, and we're calling this Confession Watch. Friday, April the 10th, Confession Watch. Writing that out right now, Confession Watch. Friday, April the 10th. So why are we here tonight? About 2 days ago, at about 12:30 in the morning, the Holy Spirit spoke to me. Big up everybody that is in the live stream. Please like the live stream as you come in. And if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, please subscribe to the channel. The people, what I do is lead. I rarely follow. And if I'm following anyone, that person must be a mentor of mine or somebody that I really and truly respect. I always question things. Whenever new information hit me, it is my duty, regardless of the repercussion in social media, to share it to the masses. I have a core group of people who follow me, who subscribe to my channel. And I also have a core group of people that call me every single day, right? This is not just for social media likes and views for me, okay? This is serious stuff. We're talking about a life, yes, and we're talking about a family that has been accused. And for 6 months, I have actually participated in the public slaughtering of that family. But I don't even want to invoke the late Johnny Cochran when him say, if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. The reference that I'm going to use in this live stream is time, proximity, opportunity. That's what we're going to look at. Time, proximity, and opportunity. I said my investigation was done and I'm leaving this case up to the spiritual realm. Okay? Many people look at me on the screen and be like, oh, Yard Boss, you preach spirituality, but your spirit look weak. Well, my spirit is strong, stronger than ever. But 2 nights ago, something hit me. And I believe I cracked a major milestone in the Jaden Smith case. And me tell you now, when I discovered what I discovered a couple nights ago, I said to myself, if Jaden Smith was indeed my son, anybody in that area close to that, when you see what we have on the screen right here, we have who picked him up. Was it Shaneque? Or did he actually make it to his taxi? Anyone within that vicinity, we're talking about Megamart, we're talking about Manchester High School, we're talking about Wesley Road. Nobody even told me where Jaden Smith actually went to get his taxi. That is a research that I had done on my own. I'm not sure if that was even mentioned in social media, but Jaden Smith, in order for him to go south towards Newport, he would have to take his taxi at the Wesley Road taxi stand. Now, many of us for the past 6 months, we said that people were lying when they spoke about the sighting of Jaden Smith all around the place on Perth Road and wherever and wherever. Well, I'm here to say to you tonight that I believe that those sightings were accurate and Jaden Smith was one smart cookie. A lot of us said that Jaden Smith was a brilliant boy, but Jaden Smith knew the town of Mandeville, Manchester very, very well, better than his own family members them. Because when Jaden Smith made that turn when he exited Megamart and herself said on a live stream that she don't know where him a go. She don't know where Jayden a go. But Jayden knew where he was going. Jayden knew where he was going. I was like, Jesus Christ, little boy. Jesus Christ, little boy. So I just wanted to touch on these key points before we actually get into the map. Because what we're going to do, we're going to map, we can call her name now, we're going to map Shaneque from the airport into the town of Mandeville. Because remember what she said publicly. She said that she came directly from the airport and she went straight to KFC. There are 2 KFCs in the town of Mandeville, okay? 2 KFC in the town of Mandeville. I believe, I'm not sure if she said that she went to the one close to the hospital or downtown, but we're going to assume that is the one that she went to. We're going to map her directly from the hospital, and what we want to prove is, we want to prove proximity and time, because really and truly, my people, if I believe in my heart of hearts, right, investigating this case, if I can place any of the family members within the vicinity with the time, notice what I just said a while ago, with the time, and we have to be honest with ourselves. I know my people, and this right here, this live stream right here, is for all of the real investigators, them, to pay close attention, because we have a flock of people that want to lead, right? I want you to pay close attention and put on a thinking cap. For me, anybody in that vicinity, Shaneque, Mr. T, and the entire population within that vicinity, we can actually hold Jayden and take him or go murder him or sacrifice him, is a suspect in my book. Let me repeat that again. And this is what I want every single investigator to look at. If we really and truly want to solve this case and bring justice for Jayden Smith, don't let go off of the family. Do not let go off of them. But what I want you to do, to look carefully at everybody in that vicinity. I'm being extremely serious right here. And I'm being extremely sincere. Me say, my investigation was done on the Jayden Smith case. But for some reason, this came into my spirit. And I want everybody, even if you do not agree with me, I want you to pay close attention, my people. I have zero animosity towards anybody who is investigating this case. I have zero animosity for anybody who live by my name night in, night out. I have zero animosity. I don't think about what other people say to me or about me behind my back. I don't think about that. My ninjas, them call me daily and I say this and when I say this and this. I could care zero what other people are saying. I'm a leader. I don't follow. I don't have to call people name to make $1 on social media. I don't have to do that, my people. I do not have to do that. And I will not come on social media and show assets. I would not do that. Okay? Yard boss no broke and hungry, my people. Yard boss is not broke and hungry. A whole heap of years I go to school for. I'm not broke and hungry. I am not. I think and I do believe that I am trying to live a purposeful life. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to live a purposeful life. And a life filled with purpose, sometimes the public is not going to be with you. You will have them, you will lose them, and then you will eventually regain them again. Yes, you will eventually be vindicated again. Okay, I'm being sincere to everybody who, I'm not gonna call no name, big creators, small creators. If we're really and truly going to solve this case for Jaden Smith that we have been on for the past 6-7 months, we have to think outside of the box. I'm not saying remove the family members from being the people them who no wants to go to prison. All I'm simply saying is look at everybody, everything, even the dog we are move. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. So now, so tonight we're going to go on a hunt, right? We're going to hunt for the actual killer of Jaden Smith. Somebody murder him. We have heard from spiritual leaders sacrifice, putting Jaden Smith on a altar, bleeding him out on some property wherever, and put him on an altar and burn him as a effigy. We have heard that over and over in this case here, right? So we're on the hunt to possibly pin Smaddy very, very close to Jaden Smith with the opportunity to track him and go sacrifice him. Or if it was the main suspect, did she have the opportunity to pick him up in the car that she was traveling? People are saying them see up on CCTV footage and pick her up. That is completely false. Not no so. If them have the footage, tell them to show it. Don't just come out and talk. Tell them to show the footage, seeing Jaden Smith going into the car. Okay? I tell you, Jaden Smith was not just a smart boy, but I believe he was gifted and in brain. Anything were going on head, lodging there. He knew that area very, very well. So what we're not going to do tonight, right? We're not going to make a bunch of noise. We're going to focus. We're not going to accuse anybody of anything. What we're doing is we're looking at hardcore evidence and facts. What is known in the case, and we're going to track Jaden and see if Jaden indeed made it back to his taxi stand, or if Jaden was picked up by the main suspect that the public have. Shaneque. The signal. Focus on the signal. Most people believe that silence is guilt. And I've had many conversations on here and behind the scenes. And many people believe that silence is guilt. But in my training and my background, I've seen cases where some of the loudest voices who controls narratives turn out to be the guilty party. Silence does not always show guilt. The people from the neighborhood that I grew up in, the X6 shooter where somebody referred to the other day, them not come out and talk. Was he guilty of shooting up the place? Yes. Him shoot it up. He was guilty of doing something wrong. While you have other people who are accused, even in America and all over the place, accused of RAPE, and them never do it. Did they give press conferences? No, them just lie up and make the justice system fight for them. While you have others. And another investigator said something profound the other day when I asked that investigator if a guilty party would be willing to go to the highest level to be investigated. And that person said yes. That person said yes. Look for the signal, my people. Look for the signal. So this live stream is dedicated to the real investigators on this case. And what I want the real investigators on this case that is leading a flock of people is to look far, wide, and also closely. Far, wide, and also closely. I'm being sincere to everybody that want to see justice for Jayden Smith. I could care who one rat's ass who go to prison. If Shaneque guilty of murdering Jayden Smith, Shaneque for go to prison. If them are guilty of murdering Jayden, him for go to prison. If Mr. T guilty, if Ann guilty, if any of them guilty of murdering Jayden, them for go to prison. But if they're not guilty, and somebody else is guilty of murdering Jayden and sacrifice him, a man and a woman, them for go to prison. Me not in this for likes and popularity. But I know I've become way more popular on this case, yeah. Me never joined this case, yeah, for people that live by my name. No. I take stands in life that I believe in. That is my character. That is how I am from your little picnic. Me question everything. Nobody can give me season Smith split for smoke. Me question everything. Remember one time I took a trip overseas and my cousin said, smoke this. Me take one pull and my chest jump and me say, hold that, me don't want that. That they season up. Me always have them the spidey there and those discernments. When my friend them a go yaso, me say no, sir, me nah go there so. And me go the other way. And twos, a handcuff them are going on. Can I tell you this? You know what? Let me not go down that road. Let me not go down that road. All right. So we're going to touch on two things before we get into. As you come into the live stream, people, like the live stream. And if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, please subscribe to the channel. We tell you over and over, my people, that YaadBoss will be vindicated. Yes. And for all of those who want to be able to see me and future developments on this channel, because this channel is going to be changing for the better. I'm not a selfish person. This is not all about me. You'll be seeing new and better talent as we go along. People who are polished and people who are well known. You're going to see them on this platform right here. Because this is one thing that I don't do in life. I don't burn bridges. I don't create animosity. No. I'm just blunt and I take positions that I believe in. And for 6 months, I really did believe in my crown witness. And tonight, I'm not going to beat up my crown witness. I mean, I got see him live a rum bar. I just got see him drink sometimes, and his memory is not to be trusted when it comes to putting people in a prison. So Jayden Smith, 12-year-old, brilliant. Was he perfect? No, he was not. There were accusations running around that me say, you know what, I'm not even going to run with that. I'm going to focus on Jayden Smith, the brilliant young boy who right now we believe lost his life. I've pondered and I'm saying, no, I can't do that to him. I cannot bring that to the forefront. But this is what I know. Based on listening to all of the discussions. Jayden Smith met a lady in Megamart. When he went to Megamart, someone from the neighborhood saw him. And he told that person that he was coming from Cadet. Remember, Jayden Smith first went to Little Caesar. And I will show you in a second where Little Caesar is on the map. So he went to Little Caesar. And then he walked about 15 minutes to Megamart. What he told the lady, he never tell the lady, say, he might wait for no cousin. He told the lady that he's coming from Cadet. When he was at Little Caesar, Jayden Smith had this young lady that I'm just talking through reasoning, right? And I'm comparing back to my 10-year-old self. Just follow the train of thought, okay? A brilliant young man, but I don't believe he was 100% what you would say now. He might turn 13, and sometimes you want to push the limit a little bit, right? When you're becoming a teenager. Just stay with me for a second. So he gave away his umbrella, right? He told the young lady, who apparently is his next door neighbor, that a cousin was coming to pick him up. Yeah, we can say that, right? That he told that a cousin was coming to come pick him up. Now that was at Little Caesar. The young lady did not travel with Jayden to Megamart. She don't know where cousin come pick him up. If cousin come pick him up at Little Caesar, if cousin come pick him up at Megamart, she don't know. And the question that I have to ask to the people them, was that a pill that Jayden Smith gave that young girl, because every day apparently him and the young girl go home together. And him never ready for go home yard yet. And as we look at the map, you're going to see how close his taxi stand was to Little Caesar. Jayden Smith taxi stand was maybe like a 5-minute walk from Little Caesar. Jayden could have gone on the taxi with the little girl and go home yard. But he decided, no, him not going to do that. Him going to give you the umbrella and send you go about your business. Him not ready to go home yet. So that is the story that he told the little girl. Now, he continued and he went to Megamart. When he went to Megamart, as I said earlier, he saw somebody from his neighborhood. And the person said, what you do you so this a time and day ya? Did he tell that person that he was waiting on his cousin? No, he did not. He told that person that he might come from Cadet. Cadet na keep on Friday. Is a pill Jayden give her. In other words, lady, stop questioning me. Me I come from Cadet. No. My 10-year-old self, when I was about 10 years old, I was going to summer school, me and my cousin. One day, both of us reached to the gate, and we decided, say, you know what? Me are 10 years old, you know. 10. 2 away. We reach at the gate. Me look at her and say, me not feel like to go to school today, you know. I remember this vividly. Me not feel like to go to school today, you know. And she said, me neither. We were, our high school, our prep school, because we used to go prep school, our prep school was in the Arthurtree area. And we turned right back. We not go no school that day. They are 10 years old. We not go no school. What did we do? There was a plaza I don't know if you remember it, and I don't know if Mothers is still there. A plaza right to the bus, in a Arthurchi, right to the bus, them a run go a Portmore. Right? Remember that vividly. The bus a run go a Portmore. That is where we spent our entire day. Lunchtime come, we look and we watch. 12 o'clock, time to go eat lunch. We eat lunch at Mothers. We buy patty, and we sit down inside there as long as we could until the security guard come and tell us, say, "Uno food done, uno go on outside." And we spent that entire day in that the plaza there until it was time to go home. When we reach home, we are 10 years old, me tell you no. When we reach home, the school call our parents. And our parents knew that we did not go to no damn summer school. We did not get any beating. Fortunately, we did not get any beating that day. But we got verbal scolding. So is it that Jayden send home the girl we normally go home with and say, "Me not ready for go home yet. Today is Friday." And then when him go at Megamart and he saw that woman, he never tell the woman, say, "I wait for no cousin." Him tell the woman, say, "He might come from Cadet." At times, we may be brilliant, but sometimes we push boundaries. That's all I'm saying. In this case, is this a case where Jayden was on his way home, but he was not ready to go home yet, and no cousin was coming to pick him up. He just wanted to go home on his own time. That is all I'm asking. Have we ever thought about it that way before? Have we ever thought about it that way before? I really and truly want justice for Jayden Smith. I'm not in this to free anyone. But in order for us to get justice for Jayden Smith, we have to remove the blinders and look at this case holistically for any possibility that somebody else might be responsible for snatching up Jayden. May I tell you, if Jayden Smith was for my son, the first 48 hours is the most critical. The first 48 hours was the most critical. And because we as investigators on this case, we didn't know the town of Mandeville that well. And I beat myself, me I say, why me never figure this out earlier? Me beat myself. So yes, as far as like seeing Jaden getting into a car behind the back of Megamart, show the evidence. Right now, I'm not going to believe no hearsay, too much hearsay and people trying to control narratives. In this case, I'm not going to believe it. I'm just not going to believe it. All right, so this is what we're going to do now. We're going to look at the path from the airport to the KFC downtown Mandeville. So this right here is coming. All right, let's put that back. So we have two possible routes, right? This route right here is basically cutting through town, okay? Going through Santa Cruz, all of them, the place there. So remember now, Hurricane Melissa came in and mashed up the whole of Jamaica. So the question is, was this route right here open at the time? When was Hurricane Melissa? Oh, Hurricane Melissa came after. Yeah, Hurricane Melissa came after. September 20, yes, Hurricane Melissa came after. Yes, okay. So this route right here was open. Okay, so this route was fine to pass, right? And then I believe this one right here, this route that we're going around where you see the mouse going, This route right here would have been the highway. Okay? And remember now, this is Friday. Okay? This is on a Friday. So right here, this route is showing 2 hours and 59 minutes. And for those of you who actually drive with a GPS, you know, so whenever you see 2 hours and 59 minutes, it does not necessarily mean 259 minutes, because time can continue to build as you drive. So now what you see on a GPS mean that is the time that you're going to take to drive in. Okay? Let's see if there's any time on this one right here. Okay. So this one said 2 hours and 52 minutes to drive into the town of Mandeville. So this right here is actually going directly into the KFC that the lady said she went to, right? Now, we're going to look at 2 possible scenarios. And we're not being biased here. We're not picking up for nobody. No, we're going to look at both cases, right? Now, this route right here, so this is Mega Mart that we're looking at, right? So this route right here, this route is a possibility where if you took this route, you would be able to come on Greenville. So this is Greenville Avenue, right? You'll be able to come to Greenville Avenue and pick up what you need to pick up at Mega Mart. Okay, so this is a possible route. But what I want you guys to put on a thinking cap and say, okay, even if the person took this route right here, what time would that person arrive? Jaden Smith was already on the move going in this direction, on the follow my mouse, going in this direction at 4:45. Okay, at 4:45, Jaden already left and going in this direction. And remember now that the person that everybody has said is the prime suspect is actually on camera right down here, so. These are the KFC right down here. Right down here, sir? Right down there, sir. The person is on camera. Okay? So we look at if this route was taken, then boom, you could have picked him up. Now let's say that the person actually picked him up. You know what would have to happen, right, sir? You'd have to pick him up. You'd have to murder him in the car, drive, go down a KFC, or dash him somewhere, drive, go down a KFC, and act like nothing happened, stand up down there in the line, send text messages, make calls, whatever, say, Mommy, I'm in the line, because that's what she said, right? Mommy, I'm in the line, waiting for the KFC, and then drive, go to Mandeville Hospital. See Mandeville Hospital, right, so? That is Mandeville Regional, and this is Art Greaves, right, so? So this is the first hospital that the baby went, right? They wasn't seeing him there, right? And then she moved from here, and then she went to Mandeville Regional Hospital, not too far. Okay? So for amateur, I think that Jaden was already on the move. And a pickup right here would be late. That's what I think here. Now, the likely route, because we don't know which route, but I'm saying the likely route that most people would take, and if you ask people that live in Mandeville, right, the likely route that most people would take, they would take the highway. They would take the highway into Mandeville. All of them things you have to research and educate yourself, right? They would take the likely route right here, the highway, into Mandeville, and this will actually bring you straight downtown Mandeville, straight downtown to the KFC. So this is the entrance that most people would take when they're coming into Mandeville from the airport. Now let's take a look at how far that is from the Mega Mart. So it's right here to right here. So if the person stated that they come straight to the KFC, that is what them tell the public, and that is what them tell the police. So I left from the airport and I went straight to the KFC. Now, as an investigator, you investigate this case here. Time, proximity. That is what I want the investigators them to look at. Time and proximity. Making a statement said that you come from the airport and you go directly to the KFC. Right here, when you look at this, you would say this is a truthful statement because the map prove it. That's how you investigate and you go to work. You don't just take what people tell you, say. Okay? You hear what them say, and then you go say, me not believe you. Let me go plot it and see if that makes sense. And right here, the plot makes sense. The trail lead right into the KFC downtown, right? Which is very close. So the person said that she sent a text message or something to her mother at about 6:50 on her clock, right? And she reached the hospital at 7:09 on her clock. That is what she said. So is that plausible? Of course. At 6:50 to 7:09, that is what? 19 minutes? Yeah. About 19 minutes. So you're in the line of wait. You don't know how long you're in the line of wait. And then you reach at the hospital at 7:09. So that right there is the track of the person that most people believe did something to Jayden. And as I say to investigators, we're looking at time, proximity, the time from the airport, traveling to Mandeville, the earliest that person could actually reach to the Megamart area is probably after Jayden Smith was last seen on the camera. Okay? So Jayden was seen on the camera. And I'm putting, now say me I put my head on the line, I'm going to say that the sightings that the people them said them see Jayden Smith on Perth Road, I believe those sightings were truthful sightings. And I'll show you why in a second. I'll show you why. As I said, I'm not pick up for nobody. I'm just being factual. And I want anybody who is investigating this case to put on them thinking cap. Because me did say, we don't investigate. But the Holy Spirit say, you can't done yet. You can't done yet. You can't done yet. All right. So where are we at? Let's make sure say, all right. So we cover the travel from the airport. So we have the possible routes, right? And we have said that, okay, I don't want to draw this up. Come on, back to the KFC. All right, so we have the KFC up here, so, right? So now, let's see if we can find Little Caesar on this map. I had it on my phone, but let's see if we can find Little Caesar on this map to see where Jayden Smith was on the map. I had it here. So this is Caledonia. So this is Megamart. So Little Caesar is over on this side. So let's look. So this is Mothers, right? I'm not sure which Mothers they went to, because even this KFC, some people were saying that this is the KFC that the lady went to, but that was not the KFC. That was the KFC was downtown. All right, let's go find. So this right here is, what is now? This right here is Grove Court. This is where Grove Court is. And let's go find Little Caesar. So I guess this is a little roundabout right here. This is a KFC. And where's Manchester? So this is Manchester Road that we're looking at right here. Manchester High School is over on this side. See Manchester High School right here. So when Jayden Smith left school, right, this is Manchester High School. he would have walked this direction here on this road. He would have walked on this road. This is normally what Jaden Smith would have done. When school over, he would have walked right here, so, right? And on Manchester Road, he would have gone straight over Wesley. Because this is where, on this road, this is where Jaden Smith taxi is. Over on this area, Wesley Road, this is where Jaden would find his taxi. So he would have walked straight out of Manchester High School, right? And go straight to his taxi stand to take his taxi to Newport, right? So now, Little Caesar is somewhere up here. Let's see if we can find it. Come on, Little Caesar, where are you? Not up here. So I did pass Wesley. Okay, so it's past Wesley Road. Okay, because he come down and he made a turn down here. So Little Caesar is somewhere in this vicinity. Come on, Little Caesar, where are you? All right. Where there? All right, so Little Caesar right here. Okay. So Jaden came from this direction right here. See Manchester right here. So he came from here and he walked. Him and him friend them. Jolly nice walk Friday evening. He never want to go home yet. This is Wesley Road, maybe like a 5-minute walk. Him say me nah go there so. And him and him friend them do this and them walk go down here so. And them keep on walking. And then they went to Little Caesar. Investigators. What we're looking at proximity, time. Proximity and time. Most of us have sense, right? Amateur. Need a whole heap of time for murder somebody and stash them. You see an amateur picking up somebody from the back of Mega Mart, murdering them, keep them in the car, drive go to KFC, and then go back to the hospital. Time, proximity. That's what we're looking at. We want to be honest. And again, I tell you, like, if the family is responsible, of course, lock them up. Lock them up. Time and the proximity. Let's continue. Where are we? Here. Okay. So this is the Caesar right here. Time, proximity. How far is Little Caesar from this circle right here? Not too far. How far is Little Caesar from the hospital? To the hospital is maybe, I would say maybe a 10-15 minute walk. And one of my questions that I had like earlier in this investigation is why Jaden did not go to the hospital. But some people say there's like, you can't have too much people at the hospital. So is it that Jaden find this as an opportunity to kill time before he went home? I'm just asking. All right. So now he went from Little Caesar. He give the little girl the umbrella, Little Caesar. He said, I'm not ready for go on my yard yet. My people, remember, Jayden Smith, taxi stand there right here, so. Wesley Road, short walk. Him give her a pill and say, you know, I'm not ready for go on my yard yet. You go on your yard. Him give her the umbrella and she go on her merry way and she gone off her yard. Because she probably can't stay out too long. Right? Jaden probably knows say nobody not there at the yard. So he might go walk now. And he might go make him way all the way up here. Look where Jaden go. So he might go leave from down there so with the map there, right? And he might go walk, go a Mega Mart. So right over there, so. Well, you can see that there to Mega Mart. Now the question is, how did Jaden actually make it back to the Mega Mart? We don't know. Jaden probably went back where he came from, Wesley Road. So this is Wesley Road, see me? When he would have come from Wesley Road up, all the way across, boom, up Perth Road. He could go to Greenvale and come in, or he could go Perth Road and make it back to Megamart. Okay? So him go Megamart now. And when him go a Megamart, him see somebody from in him neighborhood. And him tell that person in from his neighborhood that, listen, me I come from Cadet. No Cadet, no keep on Friday. So remember now, Jaden Smith left the Megamart at around, the last time he was seen on the Megamart footage was 4:45, 4:50. Let's say 4:50 right there. So 4:50, Jaden was seen on the Megamart footage. And watch this now, my people. And say, she was looking for Jaden Smith to make, so me go assume, say, right just so, at the back of Megamart. Okay? The road here is the back of Megamart. She was assuming that Jaden would have gone this way, right? But instead, Jaden go yaso. Who know listen? Who know watch me? Jaden go that way ya. So when Jaden go that way ya, people are saying that them no see him go down a Manchester High School. People are say them spot Jaden up here so. Up in the area ya. Jaden up in the area ya. Where Jaden do up in the area ya. All along we are saying, where ma do up here so? When you hear me say? All along we're saying that where Jaden do in the area there. Jaden was a smart little boy. Watch this now. This is what Jaden did. Jaden went from the back of Megamart and he traveled up Perth Road, Grove Road, all the way across Manchester Road. Watch it. Where's the Wesley? See Wesley Road right there, sir. To Wesley Road. Back to him damn taxi stand. Back to him damn taxi stand. Jaden did not have to make the turn that Ann wanted him to make. Ann don't know the area like Jaden. Jaden knew exactly where he was going. Him and him friend them, even though him just start school, him and him friend them probably travel this road there before while he's in school. Perth Road to Grove Road to Manchester, down to Wesley. Back of your taxi stand. He did not have to go back down to Manchester High School to get to his taxi stand. So all along, we there in a social media and we are investigate and we are saying him go turn up on Perth Road and Perth Road is a dead end road and where him go and where him this and where him that. Not knowing the turn that Jaden Smith made, he had an opportunity and him already know where the hell him a go. So the question that I have for all of the investigators on the case, we're talking about people who really and truly want to solve this case here. The question that I have is, if this person did not have the time and the opportunity to pick up Jayden and murder him and dispose of his body, who else did? Who else had the proximity, the time, because I'm going to say that I don't know how high of a possibility it is, but looking at this map right here, I'm going to lean on the side that Jayden did indeed make it back to Wesley Road to his taxi stand. We have heard chatters that he made it back to his taxi stand and he was seen in his neighborhood on Friday. I don't know if he made it back to the house. Many people are saying that he never make it back to the house. They never see him at the house. See Wesley Road there. So you know that travel from the Mega Mart for those of you who just come in. And I want you guys to just look at it from like an unbiased lens, okay? That's what we want to know for them. Look at it from an unbiased lens. Look at it from an unbiased lens. Right? And say, the boy knew exactly where he's going. Perth Road, Grove Road, and then Manchester Road. From Manchester Road, going down here, going into Wesley, back to your taxi, back to his taxi. So the $1 million question is, when he made it back to that taxi stand, we have heard the thoughts of sacrifice, cut him up, bleed him out. What happened if he indeed made it back to his taxi stand? Because many people, well-thinking people who really and truly want to solve this case, yeah, looking at time and opportunity, expertise, if you're a true investigator, you would have looked and you would have probably, maybe not even just, probably not just give this a wrong bomb, but put a big question mark right here, so, to this lady in the car, and I say, the time was not really there to do all of that and go to the hospital. But right here, with the taxi there, and the route that we just looked at, this look likely. And if nobody can actually place Jayden, I'm Yaad. And Jayden indeed went into the taxi. Where the hell Jayden end up after he exited the taxi? Where he end up? Did Jayden end up at a yard to be sacrificed by a woman and a man? Where him go? That is the mystery. And this is where I believe the first 48 hours was missed. by the police. If I was a detective in Jamaica, I would have looked at all possible routes that Jayden could have taken to get back to that taxi stand. Most people were looking at one direction, back down to Manchester High School and across to Wesley Road. But they were not thinking that this brilliant young man knew his way around that area. You're not dealing with an ordinary child. You're dealing with a gifted boy. Even if him not know and him friend them say you can go, yes, so you can go, so you can reach back at the taxi stand and lodge in his head. He probably didn't have to walk that road there before. Lodge in his head. And him say, all right, I'm not ready for go home yet. I'm going to just go up and Mega Mart, go kill sometime and boom. So all of the sightings where people are say them see him on Perth Road and them see him right there and them see him right there. So that is how them see him. If we're being sincere and honest, my people, are really, yeah, we're spinning wheel, you know. We're spinning our wheels for 6 months. First 48 hours, would have looked on camera, any camera footage, go back down to Manchester. Any camera footage going from Perth Road, Grove Road, Manchester Avenue around the taxi stand area. The taxi stand area, may not even know if them the people they have cameras still down there. All them the footage they probably gone. Cause that the footage there is critical and vital. So if he left the back of Mega Mart at 4:45, me tell you, say, me done with my investigation, but this one I had to bring it to you. You see me, I tell you. You see me, I tell you. And I'll continue to do it. If the Holy Spirit speak to me and something else come that I can actually disclose in the public, I will. Not everything can be disclosed in the public though. So at 4:45, 4:50, Jayden exit the back of Mega Mart. Right? And then the route that Jayden took from Mega Mart, let's bring it back on the screen for those who probably missed it. Let's bring it back on the screen, remove that and hide that. Okay, so let's go back up to Mega Mart here. I'm going to give you, I had a picture. All right, so see the Mega Mart right here, right? So earlier I plotted, right, the walk, and it's like a 15 minutes walk. So from 4:50, so by 5:05 p.m., Jayden would have been back. So 5:05, 5:10, Jayden would have been in the Wesley Road area ready to go on his taxi. So if the investigators are actually looking at camera footages within that area, that is the window that they have to look at. They would start looking at from like 4:50 to as late as maybe like 5:30, 6 o'clock to see if them spot Jayden. So him are the first one that they would have looked for, right? And see whoever else is in the vicinity going into a taxi with him. If there's a camera footage there. And if them can place him right there, so at the taxi stand. That is it. First 48 hours. Is it too late? Is it too late to find any footage of Jayden in the Wesley Road area, 6 or 7 months later? Some people say the Jamaica Eye camera them wasn't working. Do they have the footage? Any of the investigators them out there who don't have any connections or who can go ask on a friend them to see if them can look in at the Jamaica eye camera and see if them see Jayden upon the camera from 4:50 to 6 o'clock at the taxi station. That is the next task for everybody who is investigating this case. Me not investigate no more, you know. So it's up to Uno. So this is a great breakthrough in this case, yeah. I would say that. Because for the past 7 months, we have been spinning our wheels, yeah. Where go? Up Perth Road, gone up in a bush. I run through bush right there, son. I run through bush right there, so. Not knowing that. This a little boy, yeah, knew his way around. Megamart. See ya? Megamart. Perth Road. Grove Road. Manchester Road. Wesley. Backyard. What are your thoughts on this one? We are 1 hour in. Please like this live stream. And if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, please subscribe to the channel. My people, I've been sincere and honest with you from day one. Sincere and honest with you from day one, my people. I could care less who go to prison for this murder. It is a murder of national importance. No amount of money. I cannot sell my soul for no amount of money for justice, to derail justice for Jaden Smith. This is of national importance. Some of the people that want me talk to are a bite for send somebody go to prison. This is a big case. Yes. Some of the people that this is what we need, and when you find it, we're ready to go for them. They're chomping at the bit, waiting to go pick up somebody. This case is a big, big, big deal. They may not come out and say it. The police officer, we were going to hold on upon this murderer, yeah, and go arrest this murderer, yeah, and charge this murderer, yeah. Ratings for life. You go in a bar, you don't have to pay for no drinks. You don't have to pay for going to no club. Any police officer will arrest the smaddy, will murder Jaden Smith. And if you don't believe in visions, there are lots of visions. I've listened to a lot. But there was only one vision that lined up to physical evidence. And that one vision was Sister Kerrian's vision. That Jaden Smith was sacrificed for financial gain. Jaden Smith was tracked somewhere, somehow, when he exited that taxi, lowered somewhere. A woman in the vision had a knife or had a iron in her hand I don't know who the woman is. I did not see it. The Lord never revealed that to me. And him never revealed it to Sister Kerrian who the person is. We cut up Jayden. She said the woman cut him up, broke his foot, so he can't run. And the man helped her. And she said two things happened. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of the comments them, and then we'll go to Sister Kerrian vision. But I say to everybody that is watching this live stream tonight, now is not the time for nonsense. Now is not the time for name calling and silly games on social media for views and likes. If you don't have any talent to talk directly to your people, them, even if you're talking to two people, even if you're talking to one, and one turn two, and two turn three, and one cocoa full basket, just go away. Because you're wasting the people them time. There are certain creators when we have big respect for, you know. I mean, I go call the two of them name. That is involved in this movement, yeah. I you know see the two of them I live by my name 1998. Them say them peace and then they move on. And every now and again, people will send me and I say, all right, make them go and talk. Them qualify. Because I know what it takes to have the confidence to speak to an audience. And the audience then believe in a way I say. And them not play a bag of people things that them do them own thing. So the childish games in a this case here need to cut out. Now is serious time. Now is the time to hunt the person who is responsible for sacrificing Jayden. Because that is what a lot of the spiritual people then believe. That somebody sacrifice him for financial gain. Serious time now. So for the people them that is watching this video in this live stream, yeah, to stop being sheeps. Put on a thinking cap. Who no most can see who is telling you the truth. You don't see me I go back and forth with creators. No, I don't do that. You don't see me I call up a bunch of people name. No, I don't do that. I respect everybody who is actually investigating what happened to Jaden Smith. Even if they don't agree with my stance. You can disagree with my stance and still be cordial. If me I say that the word properly. You can disagree and still be respectful. Yes. Even though I'm guilty of burning out Andre. When him run with it. When him run with it. We burn him up. But me apologize. Me apologize to him. Because he was extremely busy. And he sent search far and wide. And he never find the family. Wanted by the police. Not even close. And Andre have what if a connection? Andre see when Shaneque come in at the island. You don't think that Shaneque him not know that? Him know exactly when she get that the stamp there in a fear book. And if you see him say, him can't do nothing. Him can't do nothing as far as the family goes. Because remember, when every one of us went over there on Andre's show, we all went with the family as being the people them responsible for the crime. The families, they talked to the police multiple times. They gave interviews to the police multiple times, my people. Unless we have tangible video evidence showing one of the family member them in the vicinity, we not talk about if or maybes, as somebody come out and say, me believe, me I say, we need to see them with Jayden Friday night. If we don't have that evidence, they seen the family member with Jayden Friday night, make me know. I call the police them and Shaneque go get them. Call CIB down at Kingston and Shaneque go get them. If we don't have the video evidence, that is what they want. Because them story check out to the police them. The police them will not arrest the family members. Them me not gonna lie to uno. They must say me in this with money and views. Me not lie to uno. If me in this with money and views, my people, I would be continuing to rack up the 20,000 views and the 10,000 views. This is about justice. This is about honesty. This is not about tearing down each other. And we have a problem with that in our Jamaican culture. Whenever we disagree, we head chip out, we start say this, we start say that. But instead of taking a step back and analyze and say why you took that position. Not saying I'm perfect. Sometimes my head chip out too. Sometimes. All right. Let us go to some of the comments. Them. And please don't let me have to block anybody tonight. Please, I'm hoping, my fingers crossed. My fingers crossed. Cross my fingers, cross my fingers. Confess, wicked people. All right. Confess, wicked people. Whoever you are, confess. Linda, big up yourself. Good evening, Yard Boss and audience. Blessings, peace, favor, and guidance. Justice for Jayden Smith. Welcome, Yard Boss. So this was early on. So, okay, KFC was for Jayden. He eat a lot that day. God is going to bring justice. No, the KFC stop was for the little baby. It's a year. Jayden went to Little Caesar and he ate food. And then Jayden walked to Megamart. So KFC was not for Jayden. But in a school filled with hundreds of students, how principal have time to be watching a child saying he's eating more than is normal? You see, the thing is this, my people. One have to understand is this, right? A lot of those videos that you will see, the principal saying nyam too much and him this and him that. You have to understand how social media work and how content creators go to work, right? Content creators will ride a wave, right? Whenever there's a story, they'll produce a video. Oh, the principal said this and him can't, and he love nyama, how him know that, right? But really and truly, that now go do nothing for send nobody go to prison. In this Jayden Smith case here. That is the stage that we're at now. We're at the stage where it's 7 months in, and the little minute stuff need to just be pushed aside and focus on the big picture. can we actually produce video evidence seeing Jaden Smith in the vicinity of somebody who we believe would have the opportunity and time to murder him? Do we have a burial spot? Can we identify a burial spot? Did anybody in the area saw anything burning Friday night into Saturday morning, into Saturday evening, or into Sunday around the area? Does anyone remember any burning in the area, in the community that time? Does anybody have any hookup with a police department that can look at cameras within that area between the hours of 4:50 and 6 o'clock on Friday the 26th of September 2025? That is what we need to be focusing on now, right? That is what we need to be focusing on now. All right. So Suzette Morgan say, to be honest, I love the way you are humble. Yeah, and a lot of people on social media, you see, the thing is this, right? I wouldn't say I've been doing this for a long time, but people can see through you. You know, people can see through you. And even though I understand that people did not agree with my stance, I know eventually I will be vindicated, right? And everything will be coming to the public one day. Okay? So that is how I approach this. That is how I approach this. All right. Few persons said Jaden was seen. Okay, so listen to this now. So few persons said Jaden was seen at his taxi stand talking to a tall youth about 16 to 17 years old that day. Yeah, a lot of people say that he was there. And it's timing and proximity too. Like, there's a lot of things that is not in the public domain that matches to what the timelines that the family member them say. As me said to you, time and opportunity, right? How much time do you need to murder somebody, disregard his body, and have no trace of it? No trace. That is the big question. I don't know if Jaden Smith made it home. I don't know that. Only eyewitness in the era would be able to say that. But if you do believe in visions and you believe in the Holy Spirit and all them things there, a lot of the visions them say, oh, some visions say make it home, because there was a T-junction vision. There was a T-junction vision. There was a T-junction vision. But even so, we need an eyewitness to place him there. And the timing, when them say them leave the hospital, and the police then verify that. When they left the hospital and they went to some mother's place, and then from the mother's place they went home, and immediately they discovered that Jaden Smith was not home. And when they discovered that Jaden Smith was not home, Mr. T and Andemar, Jaden's father and Jaden's brother, went out right away to look for Jaden. They made contact with the police. The timing is off. Mr. T timing is off. He made contact with the police sometime. Let me see now. It's not 6:30. He made contact with the police. It's after that. And then the police them tell him to go out and go look. So the sequence of the time if it was in the public domain, who would assist say, them never have no time to murder Jayden. I mean, not telling no lie. Me not pick up for nobody. If an eyewitness see Jaden Smith, why, and the thing to me not really like believe them eyewitness, I know. That's the problem, you know. If a neighbor, I would say it would have to be somebody that is not close to this case. Yeah. And nobody we can buy out. So them say me get buy out. Nobody can buy out to come lie. Would I need some honesty? They say them actually see Jayden in the yard. Or if one of the family members them actually murder Jayden in that yard. Is to come out and tell the public exactly what happened. But them swear that they had nothing to do with Jayden Smith demised. But I placed Jayden Smith back at that taxi stand. He knew the town very, very well. He knew the town very, very well. And if he went into a taxi, two things happened. He made it back home, and something horrible happened. He didn't make it back home. Somebody snatch him up when him come out of the taxi. Take him away. Broke him foot, cut him up, bleed out him blood, sacrifice him, burn him body for financial gain. See him so stay. My safety was my biggest concern, yard boss, up to this day. Big up yourself, Novelet Martin. Big up yourself, Miss Lioness. Hey, okay, let's see here. People talking to people. Okay, great. I am too. Oh, people talk to people. May I read what people are saying to them one another. This case has too much holes. This isn't a hole. This is not a hole. This is something that nobody was looking into. Remember, none of us can bring any charges to people, But we can help and we can lobby our government and police department to look in certain areas, right? And we don't know what the family is doing behind the scenes. We may not hear them in the public domain, but we don't know what them are doing behind the scenes. But I can tell you this, that unless we can produce some video evidence or a credible eyewitness was said then see Jaden Smith in the vicinity with any of the family members on the Friday, nothing will come out of the family members. You could be looking at this for the next 10 years. You can make videos upon top of videos for the next 10 years. But Jayden Smith, I can't lie to my people, them, I cannot lie to my people, them. That's not in me. Yeah, like up the live. Yeah. Like up the live, people. Like up the live. Like up the live. If you want truth and honesty, this is where you're going to find it. This is where You're gonna find it. And my people, there's gonna be some things in store for this channel here. Well, let's just go with the flow and just give God thanks for every single day that we're able to wake up, you know, because this life that we have right here, we live it once. And you want to do good. That is what we want to do, you know. The life that we live, we want to do as much good as we can. Not give ourselves a bunch of trouble, but be a much good as we can. As much good as we can. So every day is something different. If Jaden could return and say exactly what happened. I think some of us not really paying attention, you know. Some of us not paying attention. That is like one of the problems in this case, yeah. Yeah, but I'm just hoping that the people them who have a flock will be able to look at this like honestly and lead whatever flock they have, you know. Yeah. All right, let's continue because we could told him to meet her at Mega Man. You see, the thing is this, right? So let's see what Elaine said here. Because his wicked cousin told him to meet her at Mega Mart. YaadBoss, speak the truth. Stop tarnishing Jaden's character. And this is like the problem that we have. This is the problem that we have. This is a person right here, Elaine, that I'm sure is not an investigator on this case, has never seen one piece of evidence whatsoever that is not in the public domain. But she is able to say emphatically that she can go into Jaden Smith's brain and she can determine exactly what Jaden Smith meant, even if he told that little girl and little Caesar that her cousin was coming to pick him up. He never tell a lie. When you was at that age, I'm not tarnishing Jaden Smith's character. I would never do that. Elaine, what I'm doing is on the hunt for a murderer. If Shaneque had the opportunity to pick him up, didn't I just show you the map? I showed you the map. Pay attention. I showed you the two directions. And I showed you one, that the person coming from the airport would have the opportunity to make that turn and pick up the person at Mega Mart. But if you're really paying attention, Elaine, time, proximity. Elaine, are you a trained assassin? Where you could have picked up somebody by the back of Mega Mart, kill them, keep them in the car, go at KFC, and then go back to the hospital. And then the person who drive the car, bring the body, go somewhere, go throw it away. And whatever conversation you had with that person is not in the public domain. Would you like somebody to do that to your family if your family is indeed innocent? My job is not to send people who might be innocent to prison. My goal is to send the right person, the right set of people them to prison. Coincident. The coincidence don't look good. Babyfoot broke and Jaden just disappeared. I know it don't look good. But are we looking for what don't look good? Are we looking for hardcore evidence to find a murderer? When I speak, you need to listen intently. The police them not have nothing upon the family member them to lock them up. So no matter how much we come out and we pontificate and we say, yes, she tell the little girl, tell the little girl say the cousin gonna come pick him up behind her back and make a show the footage where she pick him up and put him in the car. You can call the police morning, noon, and night with that same story and it's not going to do anything. That is what I'm trying to tell you now. Other people are going to lie to you now. I say, yes, that's what I'm saying. That is going nowhere. Do you want the truth? Or do you want a bunch of lies? Google the Mandeville police station, Elaine. Call them and tell them, say, the little girl next door said that Jaden was going to meet his cousin by the back of Mega Mart. That is the reason why he gave me the umbrella. With that testimony alone, police, I command you to go and arrest the people them. Try that. Because many tried that. Many did that. Evil dreams. And me, I tell you, say, me talk directly to the police them. And nothing what we call them and tell them, say, now go send none of them go to prison. Do you want the truth? Or do you want to continue to hear a bunch of nonsense? Jayden knows right from wrong. All right. All right. In all of everything, then where would he be? I'm telling you, like I'm telling you, you know, you see the amount of typing we are going in this case here. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, you know, but you just be prepared that if the police then make an arrest and charge somebody, everyone I want to when me see over here type go away, I want you to come back. I mean, want you to come back and come type. I want to see what you type. I'm curious to see what you type. When the police them go dig up somewhere, we don't know where. Yes, something definitely. All right, let's see here. All right, so I'm going to say this for the last time, right? If you want to continue to exist over here, because you notice my demeanor, how I'm coming across, I'm respectful even to people who disagree with me. If you're going to be disrespectful in the comment section, I'm going to say this for the last time, you will not have an opportunity to see me on your screen again. Read between those lines. So this person will be banned from this channel. We're not in this. for subscribers and views. We blocked maybe like 200-300 people over the last 2 weeks. And my moderators then. This is serious business. And some people, it seems like they're serious to find out what happened to Jaden Smith. I know we have a literacy problem in Jamaica, you know. We have a real serious problem in Jamaica with literacy. Learning how to understand and an open mind. And very few people have an open mind in this world, you know. Very few. Jaden didn't drop off the face of the earth. I don't... All right, let me just remove. I'm not even going to focus on those nonsense over there. Let me look for Sister Kerrian. So we're 1 hour and 36 minutes in. Let me see if any of those brave souls that is typing away would like to call in and have a conversation. So 646-529. What is this? 1535. So there's the number. Instead of typing, call in and have a conversation. Do that. Call in and have a conversation instead of typing. Do that. Do that, please. The phone number is open. 646-529-1535. Don't type anymore. If you disagree and you don't understand what I just present, call in and let's talk. While we do that, let's pull up Sister Kerrian. Yes, my people. Justice for Jaden Smith. Today is Friday, April 10th. And we're saying confession watch. Confession watch, because we know right now, you know, somebody, somewhere is living with guilt. Is eating them up inside. And what we're looking at here, we're saying that Jaden Smith probably made it home. Jaden Smith, not probably made it home, made it to the taxi. Yeah, that's as far as I will go. Made it to the taxi stand. And if he made it to the taxi stand, what happened to him after he exited the taxi? That is the question. What happened to Jaden when he exited that taxi? All right, so now we're getting into Sister Kerrian. Confession is a must. Confession is a must.
For the perpetrators who have committed this hideous crime, if they confess and repent, they can be saved because the Most High is able to forgive. Ahaya is able to forgive. All right, he's able to forgive. And I know that the guy who accomplished the woman to do the unaliving, he's very sorry. I tell you, brothers and sisters, what I'm seeing and it's like I'm feeling his emotion. It's really bad. That's why I'm telling you that we don't want him to go mad. We don't want the man to go insane. We want him to confess. We need him to confess.
Who is this man that Sister Kerrian is talking about? Is that man watching us tonight? Sir, whoever you are, if you're watching us tonight, can you do us a favor? Can you give the nation of Jamaica closure? In this case, the number is right there, sir. 646-529-1535. Call in right now and give Jamaica closure. My people, I go by the name Yard Boss. And for the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've been in the wilderness. Locked up in my cabin. And just thinking. I'm still in the wilderness, but tonight, I wanted to dedicate a full show to Jaden Smith. Because about a month and a half ago, one of my prayer warriors, them call in and them say, by Friday, April 10th, we would have a confession in the Jaden Smith case. So that is why we're dedicating this show to Jaden.
Before he loses his mind, because it's coming literally at the door. But the confession is coming. They have to confess. They must confess, brothers and sisters, to this wickedness that they've done to this child. They have to confess. That's right. They have to confess. It will be breaking news. It will be breaking news in Jamaica that the unalivers, the murderers of Jaden Smith, have gone to the police station and confess what they've done. They have to confess, brothers and sisters. Like I say, Holy Spirit is on this case. But I have to come and I have to tell you the words, okay? The words that I heard in the realm of the Spirit. Principal, driver, dumpster, slash shallow grave, slash incinerator. It's all kind of muddled up sort of thing because, like I said, witchcraft is using. But, we're getting there. According to the movement of the Holy Spirit in my heart, about this 12-year-old little boy, a little angel, that the demonic, that the demonic as unalive over there in Jamaica. And yes, the people cannot find this little boy's body, so the case is still unsolved, and I'm hoping that it is opened up and it is still ongoing. But this beautiful beloved sister sent me a greeting message, and she mentioned Jaden Smith. And when she mentioned Jaden Smith, there was a tug. Come on now, church. There was a tug in my spirit as I read the message, and the Most High began to download in me, and I said, okay, Father, I will do another video concerning Jaden Smith. The videos that I've been talking about and the videos that I've been doing, I went into great details. You need to really watch the prophecy or the prophetic insight concerning this case of Jaden Smith. And I do believe that the last video, it was last year sometime. Father, help me to...
People, please like the live stream. We have 157 people inside here. Can you please like the live stream? Please.
Remember, in the last video that I talked about Jaden, I did say that they're going to come and confess, isn't it? The killers. It's a man and a woman that has done this wicked, dirty deed. And that the body of Jaden really and truly, I said it's either two places. It's in a house, in a cellar somewhere, or it has been burned or incinerated in a dump heap somewhere. But the truth is going to come out anyhow. But what the Lord has put in my spirit, brothers and sisters, and I felt very joyful. And that's why, and this is why I'm coming on here doing this video. What the Most High showed me in the realms of the Spirit is that the people who have committed this atrocity, the man and the woman that has committed this atrocity against this poor, innocent little boy, they are on the verge of what? Confession. There is going to be a confession of this little boy's unaliving. They're going to come and they're going to speak the truth, because mental health, listen to me, mental health is going to kick in, and they cannot run from this. Just like Saul, Remember Saul? What happened to Saul, brothers and sisters, in the Old Testament? King Saul. The Bible says that the evil spirit latched on to Saul. And this evil spirit was running through Saul's mind and getting him mad. He was losing his rockers. Well, you can literally say that Saul was mentally ill. And the only time he felt better is when David played the harp. So what I'm saying to you, brothers and sisters, when Ahiah is working, when Ahiah has taken over a case, because the Bible says they will confess. This is what we're waiting for. There is a confession coming up, and it won't be long. It will not be long. They will confess. They have to confess concerning what they've done to this little boy. Like I say, brothers and sisters, for you to get more insight on the prophecies concerning Jaden Smith and all of that, please watch the videos, because I really don't want to go over it. But maybe you're new to the channel, or you never seen me talk about Jaden Smith, sorry, and all of that before. But in a nutshell, brothers and sisters, and this is why, listen, this is why this case has really touched my spirit. Because did you know that they broke Jaden's leg?
All right, let me stop this for a second.
This little boy, brothers and sisters, oh Lord.
So Maureen said that Jaden Smith's taxi stand is not on Wesley Road. The Jaden Smith taxi stand is over the Willowgate Plaza on to where his taxi park is. But Maureen, don't tell me say I know your neighborhood better than you. Don't tell me that. How far is Willowgate Plaza from Wesley Road, Maureen? It's right there, so right on Manchester Road. It's right there on Manchester, right on Manchester Road, next to Wesley Road. So what you saying? I don't understand what you're saying. It's right there, so. Willowgate Plaza, it's right there, right on Manchester Road. We can talk about that later. But I did see exactly where all of the taxi them park up. Right on Wesley Road, right there. Let's continue.
This little boy, before they unalive him, they broke his leg. This is what the Most High showed me in the realm of the spirit, that he had a broken leg. They were wicked, these two people. Absolutely. It must be some ritual. It has to be some form of ritual. Now, thinking about it, brothers and sisters, and I believe, have I done a video concerning ritual? God, I've done about 4 or 5 videos concerning Jaden Smith. I hope I've got a playlist. If not, I've got to look for those videos that I've done and make a playlist of Jaden Smith, if I haven't done so already. It's been such a long time. But now I'm thinking about it, brothers and sisters, and please forgive me if I've spoken about this already. But as I'm talking about the evilness that has done to this little boy, it's got to be some form of ritual in it. Yes, obviously, evilness, because of whatever. But there's got to be some form of sacrifice attached to the unaliving of this little boy. As I'm speaking to you, this is what I'm getting in my spirit. Because the way how they unalive him, brothers and sisters, it's not normal. It's not normal. It's true. The way how they unalive this little boy and destroyed the evidence and destroyed the body of this child, it is not normal. And what I'm picking up in my spirit is that there is some form of ritual.
All right, so let me acknowledge Shonda in the chat, right? Shonda say your timeline isn't adding up. I would say you to this, Shonda, talk to your virgin about timeline. He understand what I'm talking about. And you should be able to put 2 and 2 together and understand what I'm talking about. All right? But we're looking at timing and opportunity. Okay, time and opportunity.
Ritual. For whatever the ritual may be, brothers and sisters, Ahaya has not made that plain to me. But in the realm of the spirit, what I'm picking up is that it's almost like a sacrifice for whatever reason, brothers and sisters. So, and this is why this case is so, it's very moving and it's very touching. This little boy is almost like a sacrifice. Now, like I said before, the two people, because the Lord showed me that it's a man and a woman that has done this. And they will have to confess. Right now, what they're living on. And that is going to run out. Right now, what these two wicked people.
All right, so every now and again, I'll just piggyback to the chat, right? So this message came in and said, no one knows where he turned, so something is wrong and off. People, when you just pay a little bit of attention. The person who was there and she saw the camera, she said that Jaden Smith made a turn, not going in a direction to go back down to Manchester, but he actually made a turn going towards Perth Road. They were sighting of Jaden Smith on Perth Road. And those sighting on Perth Road, many people for the past 6 months said that was leading us on a wild goose chase. But those sightings was not leading us on a wild goose chase. Because if those sightings can actually lead Jaden Smith back to his taxi stand, those sightings will make sense. Me just tried telling us that I want to put on a thinking cap. That is all you have to do. You want to solve the case or you don't want to solve the case? That is the question. So Jaden Smith went up Perth Road, Grove Road, Manchester, up to the Wesley Road area where his taxi stand is. Maureen in the chat said that his taxi stand is right on Manchester, but it's right in the same vicinity, Manchester and Wesley. That's where his taxi stand is, to go down to South. I confirmed it before I bring it to you. Okay? She's a Manchesterite. She wanted to be precise where it is, but it's right in the Wesley Road vicinity. It's probably not in on Wesley Road, but it's right there. Okay? Let's continue.
People are living on, they're making justification. They're making justification in their spirit why they unalive Jaden. So they're living off their deluded justification why they've done this. But the justification, this deluded, demonic justifying in themselves why they did this to this little boy is going to come to an halt. It's gonna run out of steam and it won't hold any anchor. And this is where they're going to get mentally ill.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. This is where the mental illness.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
You're live on the air.
I'm good. I've been looking at your content.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused and bothered.
Yeah.
I've been watching you for a long time, and my thing is, I understand that you're going to sacrifice away. I get it.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I see a change in your demeanor, and I don't think you really realize it. And it's probably because you're being attacked. But let's go back to Sister Kerrian. I went through every last one of your video.
Yeah.
She did talk about sacrifice and all of that. But the first person mentioned sacrifice was Sir Price.
Okay.
I need you to really go back and look at all your videos and even the videos with her. He was the first person that mentioned sacrifice. So when she confirmed it,
yeah,
I realized that what I had sensed a long time ago, that was part of what happened with this little boy. I am a mother and a grandmother. I really feel what happened with this little boy. This family is knee deep in it. They might have got somebody else to do it if they didn't do it. But what she's saying, there's a man and a woman involved. This could be true, but this family is knee deep in it. They could have get somebody. They could have get somebody else to do it. And I understand you saying don't pay attention to the principal and all these other distractions, but they all knee deep in it. This thing started from that baby getting hurt, and they all putting it on this this baby, God bless her soul. That boy was, his mother thought she was doing the right thing by giving him the family because of her situation. If you look back into her situation was because of how she didn't have the money to keep up her house, to take care of her kids the way she needed to.
Yeah.
The government was going to take her kids. See, I did a lot of research. I had to look back into the mother and why they did the things, why she did what she did.
Yeah.
And she really wanted to make sure she couldn't lose none of her kids.
Yeah.
And because of how her house looked and how this lady had family that could have really helped her. But because she didn't have that, she thought giving it to her husband family would have.
Not her husband.
Well, they weren't married, but they were like,
and it wasn't even her boyfriend. But continue.
Yeah, but she thought giving him to his father would at least give her the chance to get herself together where she could have all her kids in one stable home.
Yeah.
But all this time, these people were wolf in sheep clothing, and she just didn't know that. This little boy couldn't even be around his family. If you dig deep into that story, he couldn't even talk to his mother, his siblings, nothing. They didn't even know this little boy was going through what he was going through. This little boy was like, it was really abandonment. This little boy couldn't even tell nobody what he was going through. Right. This boy was living like he was a peasant. But on the outside, looking in, they thought this little boy was living a good life. And he wasn't. It was like Cinderella couldn't go to the ball, except for he was a male. But this boy was living like he had to do everything. He had to take care of everything around the house, all of that. They treated this boy like he was trash.
And this is my American subscriber, right? I've spoken to you before, yeah. When you said so the change in
Let me tell you something. I'm trying to find somebody to help out with this case because we've been talking to different lawyers trying to get help.
Tell them to call me.
This thing disturbed me. I don't even sleep that much worrying about getting justice for this baby.
So what you need to do, you need to call me off the ear. That's what you need to do. If you want justice for Jaden, call me off the ear.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't like the bickering between content creators because this focus should only be on this little boy. I see a change in you. I'm listening to you saying, please like, share this. Listen,
Yeah.
I know you got people attacking